So today we're going to dive into a story that really gets to the heart of what's happening with online content. It's about a creator who was offered a life-changing amount of money and made a choice that says pretty much everything about the battle for the soul of the internet. And it's a choice that kind of forces us all to look at the platforms we use every single day and ask some pretty tough questions. You know that feeling, right? You're subscribed to a channel you absolutely love, and then, slowly but surely, something starts to feel a little off. The style changes, maybe the topics shift. It's a feeling a lot of us have had, and it turns out there's a very specific reason why it's happening. And these are the classic symptoms, aren't they? All of a sudden, the content is all about going viral, not about the depths that made you subscribe in the first place. The titles get way more clickbaity. The upload volume shoots up, but the quality kind of dips. And the sponsors, well, they can seem a little questionable. Look, it is not your imagination. This is a real trend, and it's happening on a massive scale. So what's this hidden force I'm talking about? Well, it actually has a name. It's a whole strategy being used across the creator world, and it's called the private equity playbook. Yeah, you heard that right. A whole bunch of the channels you've been following for years, the ones that felt like they were run by one passionate person, they've been quietly sold off. They're now businesses run by firms whose number one goal isn't to create the best content, it's to generate the highest possible return on investment. And here's the thing that changes everything. When a private equity firm buys a channel, the entire definition of success flips. These firms, they need to show a big return to their investors, usually in just a few years. So things like creative vision and a genuine connection with you, the audience, well, that all takes a backseat to profit margins. Every single decision gets filtered through one question. Will this make more money, and will it make it fast? But here's the twist. Not everyone is selling out. And this brings us to our case study for today, a creator who was staring down this exact scenario and made a very different choice. The channel is called 2-Minute Papers, and its creator was approached with some massive offers. We are talking millions of dollars, the kind of money that would have most people signing the papers without even thinking twice. But he didn't. His answer, in his own words, was a hard no. He turned down every single offer, all to protect his channel's core mission. So what was this mission that he was so dead set on protecting? The way he describes it is just perfect. He's like an Indiana Jones for academic research. His whole passion is digging up these incredible, sometimes world-changing scientific papers, often from students or labs nobody's ever heard of, and just sharing how brilliant they are with the rest of us. That is what he felt was on the line. So how does he do it? How does he actually stay independent when the entire industry is pushing him in the other direction? Well, he lives by this super strict, non-negotiable code. Let's actually put his rules side by side with what everyone else is doing. Okay, first step, sponsor placement. What this really comes down to is just basic respect for your time. The trend is to jam ads right in the middle of the video, interrupting the flow. His rule? Sponsor spots go at the very, very end, so if you're not interested, you can easily skip it. The content itself is always put first. Now this is a huge deal. A lot of sponsors demand the right to review a video and even kill it if they don't like something that's said. On 2-Minute Papers? Nope, not happening. He keeps 100% creative control. No sponsor can veto a video or try to change its scientific message, period. And this one just says it all when it comes to being authentic. The trend is for sponsors to just hand you a script and say, read this. He absolutely refuses. He writes every single word about the product himself, making sure it's genuine and in his own voice. And this quote just wraps it all up perfectly. He actually tells a story about firing a massive tech company as a sponsor because they wouldn't respect his rules. His loyalty isn't to the advertiser's paycheck. It's to his audience. It's to you, the people who show up to learn something cool. Now, having this level of integrity is obviously super inspiring, but let's be real, it comes at a huge personal cost. So let's pull back the curtain and see what it really takes to operate this way. So that big channel with over 1 million subscribers producing these incredibly detailed videos, the entire team behind 2-Minute Papers is this many people. 2. In his own words, it's just him and his wife. That's it. There's no team of writers, no editors, no social media managers. They have done everything themselves for over 1,000 episodes. I mean, just try to wrap your head around that workload for a second. One person is doing all the research, the writing, the recording, the sound engineering, and all of the painstaking video editing for every single episode. Meanwhile, his wife is running the entire business side of things. That is the real price of total creative freedom. And his commitment to just sharing knowledge over making a buck goes even further. He had a master's level course he taught at a university, and he just decided to put the whole thing online, for free, for everyone, forever. He deliberately got rid of a potential way to make money just to make knowledge more accessible. So look, this story is bigger than just one YouTube channel. It's really a glimpse at two possible futures for online content. And it brings up a really important question about the role that we, as the audience, play in all of this. And this is the warning he gives. The pressure to consolidate, to sell out, to scale up, it's just immense. And without our active support, the independent voices, the ones driven by pure passion, they're in real danger of just being drowned out by what he calls soulless content farms. But here's the thing, it's not all doom and gloom. The message here is actually super empowering. He says the way to fix this is actually really simple. Supporting the creators you love doesn't have to cost a dime. Just watch their stuff, hit subscribe, and leave a kind comment. He says it makes a much bigger difference than you could possibly imagine. And that really leaves us with one big question. As we all try to navigate this world of algorithm-driven feeds and profit-first media, this creator's story really forces us to ask ourselves, what do we truly value? Is it the slick, high-volume stuff from a content farm, or is it the authentic, passionate work from a true independent? In the end, the choice is ours.